Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Veganomics, and so today I have a bit of budwood that looks like it's getting ready to, it's swelling. It looks like it's a good time to take it to use to do a graft, a mango graft. So I'm gonna show you guys. This is gonna be like my first time doing this on film. This is only gonna be my second time. The first time I was a little impatient, and so yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys, as you can see, I've got a well, you can't see that it's a Valencia Pride, but this is a Valencia Pride mango. And I've got 3 pretty good tipped, I guess you could say, stems to make a graft of this variety. Now, the reason you want to graft a mango tree, is because mango trees are not true to seed. So, hence, you graft a good variety, or a known variety, onto a rootstock, onto a seedling, so that that new variety becomes the same variety, right? So yeah, I'm gonna cut off this and we'll get started. All right, guys, so this is my seedling, my rootstock mango, and it's already got 1, 2, it's working on its 3rd flush. So to me, this is ready to graft onto. I would say it's probably 5-6 months old. You want to do it probably before a year old. And basically what I'm going to be doing is a cleft graft. And the only thing you have to really make sure with a cleft graft is that the thickness, the diameter of your budwood is about the same as the diameter of your seedling or your rootstock. So let's take a look. These two are almost exactly the same thickness. You all right there, buddy? So I can actually graft on, it looks like down here or up here. I'm gonna take a moment and think about it. I think I'm gonna go for up here though, because it seems to be about the same diameter. My son is in the background he's got a teething toy, so he's making some noise back there. All right, as you can see, guys, this is pushing. You can see that the budwood is swelling at the top. That's what you want, because it's going to, there's a higher percentage of it being a successful graft. Okay, so what I need to do is get rid of the leaves on my budwood. So I'm gonna just take my pruners and do that real quick. And what this does is the leaves, if I don't do this, the leaves take in more energy. I mean, they need more energy to stay alive, and we're not really concerned about that. We really care about the graft being successful and not having the leaves stay alive, because these swelling right here is going to produce new leaves. So I've seen some people in videos that I've watched a lot of videos on how to do this in the past month or two. I've seen some people wrap and so this is buddy tape right here. This is buddy tape. This is better than parafilm. This is better than, I forget what the other kind of tape people use is, but this is very elastic. It allows the new growth to puncture it. It's just better than parafilm. So I've seen people wrap the scion, this is called the scion or the budwood in the buddy tape first. The reason you do that is to keep the moisture in during the grafting process. But some people do that, and some people do it when they graft it on. So I'm just gonna go ahead and look at this again. All right, that's almost exactly the same. I would say, if anything, this is slightly smaller. The budwood or the scion is slightly smaller. But I'm gonna actually go ahead, this is a brand new buddy tape roll. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. Okay, I have my buddy tape here. That's just already sectioned off. It's got little pieces of it. It's very stretchy from what I've gathered. So I'm gonna start, I don't know, around here, and just sort of start to stretch it and wrap. Gosh, I think I can stretch it further. I don't want to do it. I'm just nervous. This is really my first time doing this on an actual potted plant. The other one that I tried this with was a mango that was in the ground. So, but hey, you got to try things. If you don't try them, you'll never get good at it, right? So I just wanted to document this too, so that I can save it for anyone who's also kind of in a similar situation, is a little hesitant with grafting and doesn't really know how to do it, and might be a little bit, you know, nervous or anxious about doing it. Okay, so here I've gone ahead and, wow, this is really cool actually. This buddy tape, you know, it's kind of expensive, but it's well worth it, I've heard. So as you can see, the majority of the budwood or the scion is wrapped in the buddy tape, and this bottom part doesn't really matter too much because I'm going to be making cuts into this to make the cleft graft design. So basically what I have to do now is figure out where I'm going to do this, where I'm going to decapitate the rootstock. So let me just see, I think I'm going to do it right there like that. Throw that aside. Now I have a straight knife. You could also use razor blades. I've got razor blades on the ground there. But basically what I need to do is, let's see, this looks a little bit, let's see, that's pretty good. Like almost exactly where it should be. This is a little bit, I might go a little bit further down. Just like that. Yes, I might actually use a razor blade. Okay, so I've gone ahead and decapitated this now. Now I'm gonna take the razor blade, very sharp, and I'm going to go right in the middle. And this is I'm making a cleft graft. I'm going to go right in the middle here if I can. It's supposed to be pretty precise if you can. That looks to be right in the middle. I've only seen people do this on the internet. I've never actually done it myself. So, it's not perfect. Definitely not perfect, but I think it'll do. All right, I'm noticing that my cut down here was not perfectly centered, so I'm gonna go ahead. This is the good thing about doing this, and this is why it might be easier. I can actually just try again, right? So, okay, let's try again. Does that look good? Sorry, my head's in your way, but it's kind of important. That seems to be much better. I might have actually done it the other way, but that's okay. I'm learning. All right. Might want to go a little bit deeper. Got to be very careful, guys. You can easily cut yourself doing this. All right. Now what I need to do is make a wedge with this guy so that it fits nicely into the rootstock. So I'm going to kind of just cut this like this. And the idea is at the end of this, you want to make this as thin as possible so that the graft can be successful. Okay. Gosh, my fingers didn't shake so much. This would be great. See how I'm creating sort of a wedge? He's like, Dad, hurry up. Okay, getting there. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna try that and just see how that looks and works.
I'm actually pretty happy with that. Let me see if I turn it around, if it's any better. I think I might need to go longer. Go up higher. Okay, so I've determined that my wedge is nicely snug in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take another piece of buddy tape. Let me just make sure, I don't wanna put that in my mouth, but let me make sure this looks really nice and snug. If I were to just, yeah, the idea too is this has to be really, really, really snug. All right, so I'm gonna start to pre-stretch this just a little bit. Okay, don't want that to overlap itself. That would be bad. Okay, and I'm gonna actually start a little bit lower. And I'm just gonna do this like I've seen people do. Oop. People say you wanna wrap it tight first, and then once you get a good tightness, you can start to move up. Seems to be all right as long as I don't overlap it. Sorry about the background noise here. My son is having a field day with the oh god. So I've gone ahead and overlapped this part with this part. I'm not sure. I'm thinking it's tight enough, but just to be sure, I might use this extra little bit of buddy tape that I have here to actually just do one last little bit to make it super tight. And I ripped it. It's okay. It's a learning process, folks. All right, and I think I'm done. And so I've heard you don't want to put this in direct sunlight, but you want to maybe have this in partial sunlight, or I guess what I could do is keep it in my lanai. You want to water it daily, ideally 10 days before this starts to push. You know, worst case scenario, months, but generally speaking, 10 to 15 days. And yeah, I'm just really keeping my fingers crossed, guys. But that's how I've learned how to do a cleft graft, and thank you guys for watching.